Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Today we're talking about our third game in the preseason USA Tour for 2018. This was a game incorporated into the ICC Championship, in which European teams or European pedigree are invited to this ICC Championship to play in the USA Tour. Today's game was between Manchester United and AC Milan. Final score after 90 minutes was AC Milan 1, Manchester United 1. They had a winner had to be decided, and it went into penalty shootout. After 14 penalties, United scored 9 and AC Milan scored 8, and United eventually winning the match. Total scores 10-9. Right, let's get to the nitty-gritty of things. United started with a 4-4-2 formation with Lee Grant in goal, Damian, Luke Shaw at the flanks, Bailly and Smalling in the middle. At the midfield, they had McTominay, Pereira, Herrera, and Transibi. And the two up front was Mata and Sanchez, with both of them interchanging up front. United started like a house on fire, going fast and furious, interchanging passes, really started testing the AC Milan keeper, who stopped a few early opportunities. But a good pass from Mata found Sanchez, and Sanchez beautifully placed the ball, and that was 1-0 to United. This was only 12 minutes gone. It was a good improvement from the last game against San Jose, where United were literally off ball, off color, totally pathetic performance from the last game against San Jose Earthquakes. So today they had some spark, they had some flames, they had some fire. They started attacking. Pereira was really controlling the midfield and doing very well, and interchanging with Herrera in the middle, and they looked like a team. Damian was the captain for today, considering he used to play for AC Milan, and he led the team out today. I thought it was a good kind gesture from Jose Mourinho. Anyway, moving on forward from that, United were leading 1-0 within 4 minutes. United, the long ball over the top, right over the United's midfield, split pass between Bailly and Smalling. I don't know if they're trying to play the guy offside, but somehow, someway, Sousa got between him and scored a beautiful left shot, and Lee Grant had no answer to it, and that was the game 1-1. United tried. Luke Shaw moved forward a lot. Damian playing like a right winger, attacking really fast. Luke Shaw on the other flank, although Luke Shaw had chances, but sometimes overpassing, getting all the way to the byline, making a wrong pass. Through the game, United dominated the first half. Second half, AC Milan came out stronger. They looked the more likely time to score. United changed keepers. Joel Pereira came on for Lee Grant in the second half. As a substitute for United, and United started to sit back. The midfield started dropping deeper and deeper, and giving AC Milan more opportunities to come forward, which was the last thing United to do. United still created chances, a beautiful chance that was crossed from Damian, but Sanchez was not able to finish it. Poor chance from Sanchez. He had another chance, cut it back to Mata, and Mata missed it altogether. So United did have a few chances in the second half, although AC Milan had more possession in the second half, and United trying to hit AC Milan on the break. It was evenly balanced. Lucio had a few chances, but in reference to after running all the way down the flanks, losing the ball, and you think like, wow, after all that running, setting up a pass, you now lose the ball at the final third of the pitch. In this tournament, for this ICC tournament, unlike the other two games, which were friendlies, a winner has to emerge today. So it had to go into 5 penalties each. United scored 4 of the penalties, missed one because Joel Pereira, the keeper, he missed it. He was a hero, also a villain, but redeemed himself. Good penalties taken from Herrera, Pereira, Sanchez, Smallings, misses from Bailly, his penalty was pathetic. Bailly missed the penalty, Hamilton missed the penalty, Pereira missed the penalty, and McTominay missed the penalty. Damian, Fosu-Mensah, Transibi all scored very, very beautiful penalties, and United won the game by 9-8 on penalties. Overall, a good performance from the last game against San Jose Earthquakes. They looked sharper. Sanchez looked sharper. The ball, they still lacks that cutting edge because they really don't have any strikers. Because Martial had to go fly back to England as his girlfriend was about to have a baby, but the papers are covering today that he was sent home by Jose Mourinho, which is not the truth in any circumstance. Well, so United, they're coming through the third game in against AC Milan. First two games are drawn. Second game, the third game they won on penalties against AC Milan. A better performance. Give the team a 6.5 out of 10. Lee Grant are giving 6 out of 10 for performance. Luke Shaw 6. Darmian 7 because he really attacked today. I've never really seen Darmian attack that much in all my life watching Manchester United. The two fullbacks, Bailly really he saved a lot of opportunities that AC Milan would have capitalised on. He did a lot of clearing out. Smalling was solid at the back. The midfield at times were a bit indecisive of whether to push forward or go back. So I'll give all four of them, McTominay, Pereira, Herrera, and Transit, I'll give them a lows of 6.5, but Pereira giving him 7 for the most outstanding. Sanchez and Mata, I'll give them each 7 out of 10 each for performance and hard working and work covered on the field. Right, so United's next game is going to be against our bitter rivals. We've played them everywhere in the world, England, in China. We're meeting them. You all know it's Liverpool, the guys from down the street, the Scouts. We're meeting on Saturday, so that should be another competitive game. They just beat Man City today 2-1. Mane and Salah going the goals. So they look solid. They've done a lot of work in the transfer market, which United have not really done. Don't forget to hit a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a new viewer, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you get our videos on a regular basis. In reference to United going forward in the transfer market, we've all right. I'm going to take it down from. I'll start with the transfers. In the transfer markets this season, we've only bought 2 players: the Lot and Fred, both injured. Well, that's a good way going to the season. We still haven't got most of the World Cup players haven't returned from the holidays, so we don't really have a full squad. We have a lot of youngsters and a lot of players who didn't make it to the teams or whose teams didn't qualify for the World Cup. In the transfer market, we are still looking and still need to get a left back. Jose Mourinho has consistently said we need a left back because Luke Shaw and Ashley Young, what we did last season is not really going to cut out this season. We could either go for Sancho or, like I've always said, I would rather go for Danny Rose on the left because Danny Rose is Premiership proven. He's quick, he's fast, he knows how to put balls into the box. But with Ashley Young, who has to cut to his right leg, Luke Shaw, who's inconsistent at times, loses the ball. So Luke Shaw is not pushing enough to make that left back his role. So, Mourinho doesn't have a lot of faith and trust in him. In the centre-back positions, Phil Jones, I'm not too certain of that. I think he's one of the weakest links. With Bailly and Smalling could play well together. That's not a bad combination. Going forward in the midfield, I thought we could have done a right winger. Mourinho wants Willian, but the asking price, Chelsea asking 60 million for a 30-year-old, United are not going to pay. So it would be nice if we could get a left back still. We still have nearly just over 2 weeks left for the transfer window to close. A lot of teams are doing a lot of transfer work. Liverpool doing a lot. Arsenal, I'm not even going to talk about Arsenal. That's another day for another discussion. Chelsea are doing a lot of transactions in the transfer market. Liverpool being busy. Man City, they've got Mahrez on top of what they already have. So that shows they are ready to defend the title this season. So it does ask questions. Are the board really backing Mourinho? If they are, to only spend 75 million in the transfer market and you want to win the title, is not really encouraging, is it? So you can still see Mourinho's frustration in how the transfers have gone this season because he wants 5 players. He wanted a left back, a centre back, a right-sided midfield player, a right winger, and he's not got any. So we can see his grumpiness and his miserable looking face that he looks like he looks like a 60-year-old pensioner who's just been retired after 60 years without a pension. Just looks like an old miserable sod. But he's a winner. I'm a Mourinho fan. I'm not Mourinho out, but at the same time, if a guy is a winner, He wants to leave a legacy of what he's achieved. But if the board are not going to back him, he knows the squad of last season is not good enough. He has asked for more money. But if the board are not going to back him, there's going to be a serious problem. But it appears the board are satisfied with top four. I mean, the Glazers, the owners. With so much money pumped into that club in reference to merchandise, sales, and sponsors. We now have a bear sponsor on our collar, on our sleeves. We have so many sponsors. The owners make so much money from the club, and they are putting so little into the club in reference to achievement and money to buy decent players for the United brand. It is a shame. I don't know why the English Football Association allowed people who owe a debt to buy a club and still put the club in debt but are still ripping off the dividends. Doesn't make sense, but this is where we are today. United cannot compete with Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Juventus. We can't, because we are not in that European pedigree anymore. Those days are so well gone. The success of the field determines how good our brand is. Yes, we are the second biggest global brand behind Dallas Cowboys, but do we look like a global brand in terms of our achievements? No. We are just barely making it to the Premier League, just making top four. So this season, we're not going there optimistic. We're not going with a lot of promise and belief that we can win the title. If you ask yourself as a United fan, yes, you want to be optimistic. The team we have now, all right, even with the players we're bringing back from the World Cup, can United seriously win the league title next season? I'll leave that question to you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a new viewer. My name is Tim Russell. Soccer as we like it, the Man United direction. We shall continue the discussion after the match against Liverpool, where we'll be meeting them on Saturday in our Game 4 of the pre-season USA Soul. Thank you very much.